What's up, guys? Welcome back to another MCOC Alliance War and taking on Snake Pro in this war. I see bringing in Nebula, and that was because I scouted my path and saw that for the bleed node, I saw what did I see there? Science, I believe. So I was like, normally I'd use Dormammu for that fight, or I used Dormammu for that fight and the All or Nothing fight, and I looked at the All or Nothing fight, and that was also a science. So I was like, well, there's no point in bringing in Dormammu. I'll just bring in Stark Spidey and then bring in Nebula to take on the bleed one. So Hulk, yeah, that was a pretty easy fight. Up next, this is going to be a 4-star Spider-Man on a special one bias. Which I guess this is a good placement, because when you're up one more tier, this node becomes unblockable first. So yeah, a lot of people have problems evading Spider-Man's first special. I know I still do. Sometimes I can fully evade it, sometimes I get clipped by one of the web balls, which I'm not too concerned about that, but other times I feel like I just can't get away from it, and then yeah, just ended up getting hit by the punches. It's not the web balls that's unblockable, it's the punches, like all three. I think he does 3 punches. But yeah, all 3 punches are unblockable. Found that out the hard way. So yeah, I was debating on bringing in Blade, because you saw the last fight I took Spider-Man down without him getting to 1 bar power. Of course, this is armor up, but the Blade just was going to be doing a lot of damage. But ultimately I decided to bring in Stark Spidey, and whenever I get the opening, I'm just trying to get a couple hits in. When he's stunned, I can get 3 hits in. He does have a little bit of limber, it looks like, but not too much. And yeah, using Stark Spidey, you can bait out the specials on All or Nothing, so did that there. I thought for sure that should have been a parry right there, but yeah, I didn't get the parry, but I did get the L1 off, get the stun, and took him down 19 hits. So not that bad. Also with Stark Spidey on the All or Nothing node, you can fall back on that heavy attack, get that heavy attack in, do the power drain, but you can only do that once in like 30, I think it takes like 30 seconds to recharge. So here we got a 6-star Mystic on the bleed immune node, and yeah, I knew it wasn't there's not too many options. It could have been outside of Loki. There was it Jane Foster, Juggernaut, and who's the last one? Oh, Iron Fist. So yeah, there's no difficult fight there. I mean, Juggernaut, that would have been a little bit longer fight because he is tankier, but he's only going to have the unstoppable at the beginning of the fight, so yeah, that's nothing to worry about. Probably would have preferred fighting Juggernaut, because can easier punish the first and second special, whereas here I'd rather push him to the second special. I mean, I can get in there after the first special, but sometimes I do get, if you're too far away, you can get countered, get parried or intercepted. But yeah, ended up taking him down. Not too many issues there. So up next we have a Mystic on the power drain and kinetic reactor and all that. I hate this note, but yeah, it's not too bad. Brought in Blade, so not too bad. And I was actually thinking it was going to be a Mordo, and then I saw that it was Doctor Strange, so I was like, oh yeah, this is so much easier, because I just parry and lay into him right afterwards, come in after that first special, fire off my second special, and yeah, the fight's over. So yes, very happy. I mean, not that it would have been too much more difficult to take down a 4-star Mordo with Blade, but yeah, it was just so much easier it being a Doctor Strange. So coming up here, like I said, I brought in Nebula basically just for this fight. And I looked on the profile and I saw that there was a Quake there, but I'm like, is it going to be actually Quake? or is it going to be a Spider-Man that's not on the profile? And it was Quake. And what I'm going to do for this fight is I'm going to build up my charges. I could go all the way up to 20 charges, but I get up to 16 and then I decide to just go ahead and fire off the second special there. So you see I'm up to 7, haven't taken too much block damage so far. Easily evade that first special. Sometimes I do get hit by that. I dash back too early. But yeah, this fight was on point with the evade on the L1. And yeah, I'm up to 10, 11. So yeah, I'm just waiting for her to dash in and then trying to dash back. If she does a heavy attack or a special one, then I go ahead and counter her. But yeah, other than that, I'm letting her back up, and while she's backing up, I'm going to build up. So now I'm going to go for the parry. So go for the parry, and for some reason I always do that. I only do one attack and then I fire off the second special. When I should, at least do like 4 or 5 attacks. But yeah, you're gonna see that's gonna kind of mess me up a little bit later, because typically I would go to this middle mini boss right here, but we already had 2 people there that had, one of them had a blade, the other one had Archangel. So I was like, you know what, I'll come up here, and it's a 4-star Iceman, so I'll just come up here. Normally I don't like coming up here because it's always a Spider-Man, but yeah, this Iceman. And I was taking a look at his attack power, and then I check out how much damage he's gonna do with the Cold Snap, just because I'm debating if I should use a health potion or not on here. So I look at it and I'm like, oh, it's close to 2,000. Multiply that by 1.5. Yeah, it's not gonna be too bad. It's gonna be less than 6,000. So yeah, it should be good. So I go in here, don't heal up, and start off just trying to build up my charges again. So whenever he dashes in, trying to dash back, you see all that damage that I took from the Cold Snap, but other than that, not too much damage from the blocks. So coming up, going to evade that first special. Most of the times I get it. Sometimes I do mess up, or I like, there are times where I dash back too early, and good thing that didn't happen here. So I'm up to 10, and I decide I'm just gonna go for it. And like I said, for some reason I do one hit and then I go for it, and you see it stopped at 1%. So yeah, if I would have did just like 3 hits, 4 hits, I would have finished him off. But luckily I got the intercept, didn't take any extra damage. Yeah, so up next, I was actually watching the timer, waiting for my teammate to take down that magic, and as soon as he took down the magic, I pressed to go to the next fight, take on the boss, which is a rank 5 magic, using my rank 5 blade. So of course, stun immune, true strike, adaptive, and yeah, you're gonna see I think it was this fight where I right there I went for the parry, and the reason I was going for the parry was for the bleed, but I immediately attacked afterwards as if she was stunned, but luckily she went for the heavy attack just as I was coming in after the parry. So yeah, I didn't take any additional damage in there. Yeah, it could have been ugly right there. But yeah, so pushed her to 2 bars of power. She's got the limbo twice so far in this fight, so got to be careful about that, and trying to regen whenever I can. So gotta bait out this second special here, and she's gonna stand there, regen back up to 71%. So now that she's thrown that special, now I need to, well, I thought I was going to go up to 2 bars of power, but I guess I wanted to get some bleed off on her. So there's a 3rd bleed from the parry, another bleed from the parry, so getting some power gain there. And after I bait out this special, then I'll just go ahead and fire off my second special. So waiting for her to throw that. There she goes, finally throws it, and go into the combo, lay out that second special. Pretty easy fight. Did well this time. You're gonna see in the next war, a little spoiler alert there, I do end up messing up, but it was the fact that I messed up early kind of threw me off for the rest of the fight. But yeah, you'll see that in the next war. This one took her down pretty easily, less than 100 hits for a rank 5 magic. And so yeah, that's it. We took down the boss. I think I was top for the battle group here as far as percentage goes. Yeah, I didn't have to use any potions this war, and yeah, so we came out on top. Won an attacker bonus and as well as diversity. They were short a man, but yeah, you see me down there for number 3 on MVP. But yeah, anyways guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.